Project Hail Mary, and we may get into spoilers about the film later in this discussion. So
Dante, spoiler, it's good.
Yeah, spoiler is everyone just come out with your thoughts
at the same time.
All at the same. Just whoever wants to go, please. What do you think?
It's amazing.
Amazing.
I agree.
Amazing. Yeah, y'all know I was super excited I've been waiting for years for this film, a couple of years since I knew it was coming out. And I'm loving the moment to have these expectations of something to be good and then having this film meet those expectations. It's just that rare gem that just never happens. So very, very well done adaptation, a thrilling time at the theater. And that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, I really like this movie. To have all my friends overhype this movie, maybe kind of skeptical walking in, but it delivered the goods.
Yeah, I think Elaine, before we started the stream, we were talking about we have seen it twice, both of us. The first time I was kind of nervous and a little concerned, like I didn't know how the ending was gonna play out, and it does hit all the beats of the book. I felt at times the first time I saw it, it really just breezes through a lot of things. The book and the movie are two separate things. The book can be this, the movie can be this, equally good. And there are moments in the movie that aren't in the book, Yeah,
there are several surprises, which was nice.
The karaoke scene.
The book?
With the hairstyle scene. It's not. It was so like happenstance. They said, "Well, we're doing this karaoke scene. It's like a bonding moment." And then they asked the actress who plays why am I spacing on her name? Strat. Yes, Strat.
Sandra Hüller.
Yes. They asked Sandra, like, "What do you want to sing?" Apparently, she called her daughter and said, "Is this Harry Styles song? Is this still cool with kids?" And then they like had 24 hours. Can we get the rights to this even? And they were able to, and they did like one take of her singing, and
she was really good.
Amazing moment in the film. It's a standout moment. And then that song became part of the marketing. There's so many things about the movie I've learned, like just watching interviews with, Ryan Gosling and Lord Miller. So many things about it that are just feel good stuff. Couple things. Gosling got the rights to the book before it was published, the movie rights. Wow. In 2020, before the book came out, he snagged the rights as producer. He's the one that hired Lord Miller to direct, among a lot of other things. And one thing that I didn't even think about, and I loved it even better the second time, it's a family movie. I don't remember any swearing.
None.
There's
this
not.
Is like fudge, which if you're an adult, you think. Just anecdotally, I went to see it the first time at a Prime early screening, and there was not a full theater, and I really enjoyed it, and there was way more laughter than I was expecting. And then I was like, okay, downtown audience, I'll take the chance to see this with a group because this is a fucking group movie. If you ever wanted to know the group experience, it's this. During the quiet scenes, it's quiet. Everyone is locked in. There's no one on their phones. Like it hit. And a lot of laughter from people.
Yeah, that's a good point. The first time I saw it was the Prime early screening, and you could tell they were all like book fans, and we were all kind of having that edge of our seat anticipation, how it's gonna go. But there was applause at the end. But the second time was with general audience, when it was officially announced worldwide, and everyone there was a good mix of, and it was packed, good mix of age groups, different. There's teenage girls and just all families, just whole families, different ages, everything. And the same thing. People were locked in, and way more laughs that time. They were really into it, and there were couple of girls singing along to the Harry Styles song. Like that was when they were like in it and immersed. And so it's like one of those rare films, like it made me think of Jurassic Park and Indiana Jones, E.T., Star Wars, like where everyone can enjoy it.
Yeah, It's what I wanted from Star Trek and Superman. Like hopeful and make me feel great during it, and like humanity. Everything I've wanted from a movie. Yeah,
I was definitely getting that ET vibe from this. Just like a wholesome, good story, great acting, amazing visuals. Just had a blast with it. I saw it twice, both times in a packed crowd, and both times everybody reacted. Right, the laughter, the moments of quiet where everybody's like everybody was into it.
Fist
Applause at the end. Fist my bump. The applause at the end. In both screenings. Once in Burbank, another at Torrance Delamo. Again, IMAX. See it in IMAX. All right, they have some amazing visuals. I think this really gets the IMAX treatment perfectly. So I loved it, man. I absolutely loved it. Like I said, I saw it a second time and I couldn't believe how good it was. I had to say, okay, I actually rated this too low.
Well, what's funny is in one of the interviews, Ryan Gosling was talking about his daughters and that they don't have the movies he grew up with, that he fell in love with, those like great experiences, movies like Back to the Future. He specifically mentions Back to the Future and E.T. Like they're just good movies for everyone. They're not family movies. They're just great films. And his daughters don't have, their generation don't have those movies. And it tells you like where we've gotten, where everything, look, I like a good dark dystopian movie in rotation in a diet of other movies. But when everything is dark and dystopian and we're bombarded with like apocalyptic about the environment or the economy or everything, can we just get a good hopeful experience? And Alan Ing, this is the review from Film Thread, he only rated it an 8.5. Alan, I don't know.
I got 8.5.
8.5 is good, but still,
it's a strong movie.
You'd bump that up a little bit. Chris, you're saying
it's as great as Avengers Infinity War.
We are fully in the fourth turning of civilization where, period of like 80 years, and then society goes through a huge strife, and then we want back hopefulness. We want clear good and evil, good and bad. None of this fucking postmodern nihilism where, well, what is good and evil? This was a good thing about humanity in a positive light and just, hopefulness of the future.
Well, if you go to see the movie again, the official Project Hail Mary created a punch card. You could see it in IMAX 70, Dolby, 40X, D-Box, a premium large format, IMAX 70 millimeters, 70 millimeters, Screen X, MX 4D, and HDR by Barco.
They're missing one. Your phone.
How dare you?
These are the 10 different ways you can see the movie.
So wait, if you punch all of them, what do you get?
Sandwich.
I have no idea. But and they also have stuff on the website, the Project Hail Mary website, where you can download a thing that you can fold. You know the little figure that Rocky creates of Ryland?
Yeah.
You can print that out and fold it out of paper and make one. That's
cool.
Which is real. There's just, I love all the creativity that has come from this. And of course, Ryan Gosling being Ryan Gosling, what did he do? He shows up to the theater in New York. Let's actually watch this clip. I'll play the whole thing for you. It's great. So awesome.
What's going on?
What's up, New York? I'm not really surprising, so surprise. This is an early show on the Thursday, so you guys, what's up?
No, wait, so I get extra credit for having the bucket.
You got the bucket. I haven't seen the bucket yet. What's your name, Chris?
Gadget Trish.
Gadget?
Yeah, gotta put my music too much.
Oh my God, you gotta hit that up. 6 years ago, I got the manuscript. The most ambitious thing I'll ever make. It seemed impossible. It was too good not to give it a shot. 6 years later, we did it. Here we are. We're all back in theaters. It's not your job to keep them open. It's our job to make things that make it worth you coming out. So you're about to go to another galaxy, make an alien best friend, and save the stars. This movie is for you. Enjoy the trip.
All right, so
He's
He
right.
gets it. He gets it.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's I like to say that out loud. It's not your job to keep the theater open. Our job to give you something worth going to the theater for. Like, how difficult is that?
No.
And as Hollywood lost that, this movie fulfills that in my mind, and I
agree.
can't wait to see it again. But what do you guys? What other thoughts do you have about all this?
You say, yeah, ballet and opera. Take note.
Yes, yes. What a non-controversy that Timothée Chalamet
was fun.
quote. It was nothing, and is
I love that the trailer came out like the next day or so.
yeah.
Shut those people up. No, it was a great when it just from the perspective of just the adaptation. I thought it was a beautiful mixture of the science, the heart and drama, the action adventure. And of course, there's much more of that in the book. It's, there's way more. And so, of course, and that's what these movies should do that are based off of books. Is not, they should inspire you to read the book if you haven't. And so that's great that they captured the spirit and the most important story beats, the most important character traits, and just looks amazing. It was just fun experience. So that's, as a book fan, that's what all I can really hope for is if they capture that, and it was a thrilling movie to watch. Loved it. Can't say enough good stuff about it.
Yeah, it's and I will say this, even though I love the movie, I love the book separately, I have some nitpicks. A couple things, I'll set this up. So Andy Weir, I saw some interviews with him. He talked about The Martian. His disappointment with The Martian is the character in The Martian, played by Matt Damon, doesn't change. He's the same person at the end as he is at the beginning. He's going to science his way out of this problem. Ryland Grace is kind of a similar character, but what Andy Weir did was have change. Like, Ryland Grace changes in this movie. He goes, he becomes a courageous, brave, self-sacrificing person, maybe not by choice, but he does that.
Well, no, because then he does it by choice. Don't spoil it, but yes, he has some great moments.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe not by choice.
Yeah.
Okay, this might be a big spoiler. It's sort of a kind of so I'm just
It says spoilers on the screen. Go for it.
The Martian and Project Hail Mary end exactly the same. In a classroom with people raising their hand.
Okay.
And I only know this because I watched The Martian recently. I'm like, I've read the book for Project.
Yeah.
This is the same ending with a bunch of students going, pick me, that, and then it cut to black to credit the exact same ending. Now it's fine.
Is that Drew? Look, it's Drew Goddard wrote both the scripts. Is that Drew Goddard's fault? Because he's the guy that wrote both The Martian and Project Hail Mary.
It is his fault. If he wrote it, it's his fault.
Or it's in the books.
Look, again, I'm not. It's a nitpick, not a complaint. It's just I only noticed it because I watched The Martian. I'm like, hey, I watched The Martian before.
It doesn't end exactly the same.
You're right. It's not exactly. I don't want to go into details. We know what they are. I can't believe they pulled that last part off. That kind of almost
great.
epilogue scene.
I love it. I love the ending. And that was the most important thing that I was worried about. Well, one of the biggest things I was worried about. How are they going to end it? Because the ending is so well done. And just, I wasn't expecting it. And they really captured. Yeah, they did. Good job. Try not to be.
Oh, go ahead.
Spoilers. Just watch the movie.
Just watch the movie. But I'll say,
Right.
yeah. Oh, another little funny detail in it is I learned this from watching many interviews with Ryan Gosling, that when somehow the subject of a mate comes up, right? Like Rocky has a mate and Ryland does not, says, well, she went off with Mark. We hate Mark. like Mark is a friend of his, and he said that as a goof on set to sort of mess with his friend.
Oh, okay.
And it made it in the movie. That so many lines are, yes, it's very accurate to the book, all the beats of the book, but there are moments that were created, and especially with James Ortiz, who does the voice of Rocky. He was a puppeteer and the voice.
I hope he gets recognized. It's kind of like an Andy Serkis Gollum situation. I realized there were other puppeteers, but if you see Ryan talk about it, yeah, their relationship both on and off screen and how he became the character. It's like, I don't think Rocky would say that. He would do like that's somehow has to be recognized.
It just,
I agree.
Yeah, it felt like in the spirit of the book, all the things that deviated actually, I think, added to the movie.
And
so
puppets with CGI enhancement. Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, no, please. Like, we have to sing the praises. Practical effects are back.
Yeah.
The reason we feel so emotionally disconnected from Marvel movies is the effects look so fake.
A crypto. He's not a fucking real dog. He just looks like a fake AI. This is a real puppet. And then on the things they can't do with a puppet, they did the CGI. Like, that's how it's supposed to be.
It looks so good, so real. And you can't help but think of, the Yoda puppet in Empire Strikes Back. And to this day, it still holds up. And probably my favorite moment in all of Star Wars was Yoda talking about the Force. And there's just so much emotion in there. And that they inject into that puppet and the performance. It really, you don't think that you're looking at a puppet, and that's how it should be. Yeah. And same thing here, both Ryan Gosling when he's reacting to Rocky, of course that's part of it too, but the performance of the puppet is what he feeds off of in his performance. Right. So it was just very, very well done that they can do that and get them. So incredibly warrants awards, but we'll see.
Well, another thing, I saw an interview with Lord and Miller, and they were talking about this very thing. How do you make this character Rocky seem so real? And they went through like Yoda might be one of the best, right? And of a inanimate object becoming fully realized character. And really the secret to that was Mark Hamill's performance. And Mark Hamill has not been considered a great actor, but him acting against a puppet is what made Yoda feel real.
Oh, well, and Frank Oz being on set.
Yeah, obviously Frank Oz.
Manipulation. Yeah.
But Mark Hamill being the human, treating Yoda like that is what helped bring Yoda to life was Mark Hamill's performance. He's never been given credit for that.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't see the bromance in this movie that we got between Grace and Rocky. I don't see that happening with CGI Rocky. I see that happening with an actual physical, puppet that Ryan Gosling has to interact with,
a tennis ball with the picture on it.
Exactly. Yeah. You have something right there that it's like, okay, I can act against this. But if it's just some CGI thing and you're just trying to figure it out, it's like, and you lose that little tiny bit of humanity that's going to get lost between him dealing with a CGI thing versus an actual puppet. That's going to be the difference for us, the audience, because we're reacting to, our, avatar, so to speak, is, Ryan Gosling. We're seeing this movie through Ryan Gosling's eyes. We're experiencing it as he experiences things. And so we need something physical that we can like say, okay, if I were in this spaceship, this is what I would be encountering. And it can't be CGI. It has to be a physical thing. And because it is, it makes that bromance work so much better. Because that's the highlight of this entire movie is the flashback stuff. I didn't really care for that stuff.
Oh, see, I was going to say the complete opposite. Because normally with flashbacks, I'm like, okay, let's go back to the other thing. The flashbacks were welcome, and they kind of happen as he's remembering. It's not a spoiler,
right?
It's like the narrative.
Yeah, I thought it was good to set up like what happened to him because of how the story progresses. I thought that was a good way to kind of explain where he's at, what's going on, how did he get
Carl.
Here. Yeah,
yeah. Like I thought flashbacks went very well throughout the whole.
That's where a lot of the comedy was. That I enjoyed that part. That part right there was really good.
Well, I mean, the whole thing is this big opening is bigger for a different reason. It's the biggest and I can't even remember, of a non-franchise
since Oppenheimer.
It's like since Oppenheimer. That's right. Yeah, Alan, I got that article you wanted me to share, and they're talking about how like this movie. Oh my god, why are we getting all these ads? That like it's a non-franchise movie. It's a completely original. It's everything is crappy.
It's ABC for crying out loud.
But yeah, but that's another thing worth noting. That aspect.
Yeah.
No franchise necessary.
Well,
although this is like a
Just
pseudo
well-made
franchise
story.
of Andy Weir
could
novels.
be.
Now.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if we should get into speculation because they've talked about a sequel already.
He said he has parts of a sequel, Andy, but he's not going to write it unless
Is there-
I hope he fucking does it. I don't think it needs.
I'll say this.
Great.
I couldn't because I really got emotional when I finished the book, and I thought, well, there's got to be like the story is not a cliffhanger, but it ends a certain way. There's like, to me, just thinking like there's another story to be told at the end.
Don't do it. Don't
Yeah,
do it.
don't
Don't
fuck
do
it
it.
up.
I'm
Nope.
just saying.
Look,
now,
Do something else.
maybe a
she's
book
working on
epilogue,
another book.
but-
Yeah, that he
Not
says
a
unrelated,
sequel.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
do
a
that.
good story will always leave you wanting more.
Yeah.
Just leave us wanting more.
Leave us
We had
wanting
more, but
more.
we're not going to get more. It's like, nope, that's the story. All right.
Well,
you can
they-
dream up your fan fiction in your own head if you feel like it, but yeah, don't make another one. Nope.
This also did nothing but help everyone. Like Ryan now, way more people I hope excited for
I
Starfighter.
know.
Lord
Right.
Miller,
Yeah.
those
I'm
fuckers
actually
will
looking
have-
forward to a Star Wars movie.
They will have their pick of anything. And Drew Goddard, we still upset he's writing a Matrix movie. Like if it's separate and it's on his own, yes,
Oh,
we're
is
still
he?
upset. But yeah, he is. He approached them
Yeah.
with the idea, by the way, with it. So
It really
Which
makes you
house
wonder
uses
what
Cooper
Solo would have ended up like if Kathleen Kennedy just let
Yeah.
Lord and Miller alone.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
let him cook.
Mhm.
How
Yeah.
good might Solo have ended up being? You know, who knows?
yeah. Before they replace him with Ron Howard to
Yeah.
reshoot
yeah,
everything.
but,
Yeah.
I feel like they could have, had they been allowed to finish their vision for Solo, that could have really been something special. I mean, maybe they lean into the humor too much. So what? You've got to let them try and be free on set. And then what makes it in the movie is different. But the only thing I really heard is it leaned more into comedy, the Solo movie.
Yeah. But this one is comedy. It was comedic and I loved it. You know?
Same.
Just the right way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the right way.
I just trust them, man. They've done a good job. Like, what do they got? Lego movie, then they did the Spider-Verse. Now they have this. They have so
Also,
many good
music.
movies.
This movie really shows you how important music can be to setting up how
Yeah.
you're supposed to feel before you really get the cues of how you're supposed to feel.
Yeah, the score
Excellent
was so
music. Yeah.
good.
Just
Yeah.
beautiful. Just beautiful.
Especially with
Yeah, I hope the
him
word of
meeting
mouth really
Rocky.
gets going on this.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Mm.
Elaine, what was that?
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Elaine.
No, just that one snippet really stood out to me. The sound or the music when Grace first meets Rocky. Just that one scene, because they released that clip before I saw the movie, so I saw that and
Ryan
it's
shrieking.
so beautiful.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and
Everything
I guess,
about it. It's a cinematic achievement. In
It's
every
kind of a
department.
perfect movie. Like Back to the Future is kind of for what it is.
right.
It flows. The music, yeah, it's really good.
But my only another complaint. My only complaint. I
Chris,
feel like the
man.
trailers. What? I feel like the trailers might have showed too much.
I wish I didn't know as much as I because I hadn't read the books. I wish I had
Mm.
gone in blind.
See, I watched one trailer and then I cut it off. I've learned
Oh.
that with Hollywood. Watch one trailer, that's it. And then go
'Cause
see the
I
movie
don't-
if you want to see it. Because the
I
more
don't-
trailers you watch, the worse it gets. So this one
I
Spider-Man
think it's
trailer
the-
that we just got, I'm done with Spider-Man trailers. No more. No thanks.
I think not the first trailer, but the rest of the trailers were perfect. It just told you what the story was about, and there was still a whole lot more movie than that.
Okay.
You know, just weren't expecting. I think it was the ones where they were just showing you who Rocky was. The first one, I felt like it was too much of a comedy, and that the tone was wrong. But when you finally see the movie, you saw why the tone was perfect. The idea that the light tone was the perfect contrast against a galaxy-ending
So much
apocalypse.
heart. So much
Yeah,
heart.
and I think people would have just been too depressed going into the movie had it been taken a little too seriously or too grounded. I think they got the tone right, and I think Ryan Gosling was the perfect choice.